So I'm now here in the ancient Armenian city of Ani, located in the far east part of Turkey. It's right on the border with Armenia. This used to be one of the capitals of ancient Armenia, like in the year around 1000. This place was known as the place of 1001 churches because there are so many churches here. I mean, most of them are, well, all of them are completely in ruins now. But yeah, there's still a lot of them. That's like the main things that are still left standing here. And it's definitely very spectacular. I mean, you can see the city walls right here. Even those are just crazy. I mean, to think that they were built like more than 1,000 years ago, and that somehow 100,000 people used to live here, and now it's just, yeah, abandoned, ruined. I mean, the Armenians can't even access it because Armenia is right on the other side. So you can see the hills over there in the distance, that's Armenia. Oh yeah, and of course another thing stemming from that the border is right there means that there's a lot of soldiers and guards around here in this area, both on the Turkish and Armenian side. So apparently you can get too close to the border and they will start yelling at you and you can get in trouble. So let's try to avoid that today. I mean, yeah, over there you can see an Armenian guard tower sticking up, and over here is an Armenian flag, like very far in the distance, but that is Armenia over there. And here we see one of the border fences that tells you like down to there and no further, otherwise you're in Armenian territory, and that's probably not a place you want to be. This amazing church where you can see the roof is kind of like cut in half almost perfectly. So this is the inside of the church of Saint Tigran Honents. Sorry for slaughtering that. There's a lot of frescoes here still visible, and they are like, yeah, 1,000 years old perhaps, or at least a couple of 100 years old, and now they're just left here to ruin. And that is the border between Armenia and Turkey, and what is over there on the hilltop is the Ani fortress, which sometimes is not available to visit, but it does seem like it's available right now, so I'll try to make it over there. But yeah, this area is amazing. Alright, so I just came back down from the remains of the castle or the fortress up on the hill back there. And yeah, there's a splendid view, but I mean, it really illustrates the sadness of this area, as I've talked about already. I mean, it's an absolutely natural, stunning, amazing place with mountains and all the ruins. I mean, this is such a stunning place, and it's so sad that it has to be this place of war and unfriendliness, and like watchtowers and soldiers. And here's the church of St. Gregory of Amorens, I believe it's called, and it seems to be the most intact and like whole of the churches that are around here. I mean, no broken dome, it's very small, but it's intact apparently. Yeah, it does indeed have its cupola intact, but unfortunately there's no frescoes in here. They're still very beautiful on the inside, but what it does have instead of frescoes is a lot of graffiti, which is unfortunate. Just people writing their names and places they're coming from. It's pretty ugly and pretty disrespectful, unfortunately, but yeah, what's to be expected when this is just left unguarded. And here we have the church of the Caravanserai, which is very damaged, but I mean, the roof of this thing is amazing. I really like how they have different sections, like this one has an open part, and it's just entirely red, while this other with different patterns here. It's very neat, very beautiful. And another thing that this church has is a khachkar, which is an Armenian cross stone. It is badly damaged. I don't know. Right, over here we have the St. Gregory of Gargik, I think that's how I pronounce it, church. And as you can tell, it is very ruined, like only just a few pieces of the walls left, and I don't even have time to go over there because my taxi driver is waiting for me. So unfortunately this one you'll only have to get to see on the distance. But I don't think we're missing much compared to the other churches we've already seen. Let's look at some of the other places here. Like this is the city walls. still mostly standing. Can highly recommend coming to Ani, although it's a very long trip to get out here. I mean, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere in Turkey, like right on the border with Armenia, and it's very difficult to get here. So it's definitely quite a journey. Like, you need to have some other reason to come here, not just go Ani, unless you're very interested in Armenian heritage and Armenian history. Oh, and a piece of wall over here, just standing there. I assume that's another church of some description. Right, let's get out to my taxi driver and get back to cars after a few hours here. This is an amazing place, and I didn't get sniped by any Armenian guards, so that's a success. And also not being yelled at by any Turkish guards either, so that's also a great success. So here behind me now is the Kars castle or fortress up on a hill overlooking the whole city. I found an opposite hill that I climbed up onto to get a good photo of the actual fortress from high above, with the river and everything included, and that succeeded, yeah. And up from here you also get a panoramic view of the whole city with all the mountains in the background, and it's a pretty big city. I mean, there's 100,000 people living here, so obviously it needs to have some housing. Beautiful fortress. I'm not climbing up onto the actual fortress. I feel like I'm already getting the view that I need to get from this place I found here. So yeah, beautiful cars. And here we have Mount Ararat in the distance, or as known in Turkish, Akhri. Unfortunately, we can't see the small Ararat peak, which is behind like these mountains here. But yeah, all the way up here is just one big military base, so you can't take any photos before this point basically. And yeah, now the little peak is hidden, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, this is the national mountain of Armenia, although it's in Turkey, and it is 5,000 meters tall. Yeah, but actually the main reason I'm actually going this way is for this castle up here on the hill, which is called Ishak Pasha Palace, and it was built in the 1700s as one of the main administration centers of all of Turkey. It's the second grandest palace in all of the country, as far as I can understand, only beaten by the palace in Istanbul. And it is yeah, a few kilometers outside the city up on this hill, so we're going up there for amazing views. But unfortunately, yeah, Ararat is completely behind this mountain now. But there's still a lot of mountains here that you can enjoy, so yeah. Well, still a few more kilometers up there. Part way up the hill towards Ishak Pasha, and here the view is phenomenal of the city of Dogubeyazit down there, with the mountains in the background and everything. But yeah, there is still a long climb up there. Alright, we made it up here at the top to Ishak Pasha Palace. It looks gorgeous up here. And you're supposed to be able to climb even further up and get a view of the entire valley down here, along with the actual palace. And that is what I'm aiming to do, because I think this place is already closed. Like, it supposedly closes at 5, and it's like 5:15 now. And I mean, I was aware that I was probably not going to make it up here in time to actually go inside. But the inside isn't that exciting. It's more the palace itself from above with the valley and the views. I mean, that's what you come here for. So, yep, Ishak Pasha Palace, check, done, made it. Let's see if we can find a great viewpoint. This right here in front of us, right here, is the old Dogubeyazit mosque. It's very beautiful too. I mean, right now it's a bit obscured by the wall, but it's pretty beautiful, and up here you have an amazing view. And by the way, here is the old Beyazit mosque, and the castle is over here. It's perfect. This is very beautiful, an amazing place. It's a long trip to get up here if you're walking, but it's so worth it. Like, this is an amazing place. And yeah, again, the sun just ruins it. Sorry. And ta-da! This is the view that I came for. Wow! The palace and the city, Dogubeyazit, and just the whole valley, all the mountains. Unfortunately, no Ararat, but yeah. Still amazing without it. So worth the hike up here. It was only a 10-kilometer walk up here. Cool. So here's Ararat in its full glory. Unfortunately there's clouds today, so not really its full glory after all. I mean, the peak is kind of visible, oh sorry, through the clouds, but the little peak which is over here, here-ish, is totally hidden behind the clouds. So yeah, unfortunately, still a sight to behold though. So here we are inside the Ishak Pasha Palace. Made it up here. This is the second inner courtyard with the mosque here. It's very gorgeous. All these engravings and yeah, the signs in the stone are absolutely amazing, stunning. It's a good mix of a Persian, Seljuk, Kurdish, Armenian, and of course Turkish, but it's a bit of everything here. This place is gorgeous. I'm glad I came back here for a second time. You can see behind me all the stone carvings here. It's so intricate. Turn this around. Just look at this. Right, so standing here at the Ishak Pasha Palace, waiting to get back down somehow, waiting for a bus, and now it started snowing. It's kind of amazing. Like, it doesn't snow in Denmark, but here it snows. Right, I've now arrived in the final city, the city of Van, which is a big city of more than 300,000 people, and it's like geographically wise, it's like spread out very big, so it's a long distance. And yeah, this is the Van Castle, which is almost at the shore side of the lake, like many kilometers from my hotel, as it turned out. And yeah, the sun is setting now, is practically already set, so yeah, not gonna be able to see the castle today. Alright, so I'm now arrived on this boat, this ferry out on Lake Van. We're still in harbor, so we haven't set sail yet, waiting for the boat to fill up. And the destination is this island out here, Akdama Island, which is famous for its Armenian church out there, which is over 1,100 years old. It was built in, or finished in 915 by an Armenian king, who used it as his personal place of worship. And yeah, it's located here in Lake Van, this gigantic lake in eastern Turkey, actually the biggest lake in Turkey, and like very, very huge. And it's all salt water, so there's no fish here except for one endemic species which lives here. I don't remember the name of it, but it's yeah, named after the lake, so the Van something. And yeah, it's pretty chill out here. And we're taking off. Alright, we're now sailing off from Gibash, this port here, with all the amazing mountains in the background. It's freaking cold. So yeah, Akdama Island out there somewhere. Yeah, it's there. Going there. It should be a 40-minute boat ride. I don't think so, because it looks not 40 minutes away, but we'll see. Bye bye Gibash. Next stop Akdama. Right, so we just landed on Akdama Island, and the view here is amazing. Going up to the church now. Right, so this church, the St. Gregory Cathedral or church, as I said, was built in 915, or at least was finished in 915 by an Armenian king. It actually was used until the Armenian genocide back in 1915. And then it fell into disrepair after that, and only in 2005 did the Turkish government actually realize that this had a huge tourist potential. So they started renovating it, and now it's open for tourism. But there's also somewhat of a cherry blossoming going on here. It's not all the trees, but many of them. It's beautiful. And this view is just absolutely breathtaking. Snow-covered mountain peaks everywhere here. It's cold, but it's so beautiful. Right, let's go inside the church and check out if it has any cool frescoes. Here it is in all its glory. Unfortunately, it's closed, so you can't go inside. But just the outside is absolutely stunning, and even more blossoming trees here. So I try to get up on the hills up there to get a perfect view of the place from above. But unfortunately, as you can see, there's this fence running all across the island, telling you to not go up there. Sadly, I mean, there is pictures online from up there, so I guess back in the days you could get up there. I mean, the view is still pretty okay from here. Can't complain, but I mean, from up there it would be even nicer, but this is stunning too. Beautiful church here on Akhdama Island. Beautiful piece of Armenian architecture. So as it turns out, there was actually an entrance into this church from another side, and it is full of frescoes in here. It's absolutely gorgeous, this place. An even more exemplary example of like Armenian architecture and art. Wow. And here an altar and the cupola. And one final thing to see here is the ancient graveyard with all the Armenian khachkars, or stone crosses, which has just Armenian tombstones. This one is pretty well intact. There it is. There's a bunch of them here, right next to the church. And they actually put a sign telling you that you cannot walk on there, so that's nice. At least being that respectful, so that's great. Good job, Turkey. Right, I'm now on my way to the next stop, which is the Van Cat House, because they have the special breed of van cats here, which are completely white with different colored eyes. And they have a whole like a cat sanctuary where you can go visit them and pet them, and it sounds really cool, so gonna check that out. Also, the cats are really cute. But one thing that is kind of awkward about not knowing the language here is getting on a bus to this place, because I can only say the destination, which in this case is cats. So I just get on a bus and say like cats out in open, and even the driver is looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. We're a bit outside this main city of Van, actually near the nurse and doctor university apparently. But there's some beautiful mountains in the background and shit, and there's a beautiful park here. So let's hope we can find this cat house. That's the mission now. Right, the Van Dogubeyazit, the Van Cat Research Center. We made it out here. Let's go inside and pet some kitties. So there's a billion cats here. All of these are male cats apparently. Look how cute they are. Look how cute. Oh, hello. Hello. Hey. Oh shit. Now I'm standing here in what is called Çavuştepe, or High Kaberd in Armenian, which is a very ancient, Eurasian, which, as I understand it, was the predecessors to the Armenians in this area. So the Eurasian kingdom, which was back in the 700s BC, so it's very, very old, very ancient. And this is an ancient fortress on top of a hill out here in the south of Van. And there is not much left of it, but I mean it's also more than 1,500 years old, so can't expect that. And there isn't much left of the Euravian culture, and this is one of the most prominent places that is still remaining. It wasn't really that big and not that well known. Like I never heard of it before, but yeah, they have this amazing fortress here. A prime location for sure to defend the land on top of this hill in this valley. And here the Turkish flag is flying across all the all the Kurdish lands, because this is like the Kurdish heartland, at least the Turkish Kurd heartland, down here south of Van, towards the border with Iraq and Syria, like part of the big Kurdistan region. So most people here are Kurdish, and that is why there's also a lot of military in the streets in all the cities around this region. Because the Turkish people don't really trust the Kurds, apparently. Or at least the Turkish government doesn't, I guess. So like I said, this place in Armenian is called Haykarbert. And what I could quickly read online on the Wikipedia page why it got this name is that it's named after a legendary, more like mythical Armenian king called King Haik. And Berd is a fortress in Armenia, that much I know. So the fortress of Haik, basically. And the legend has it that King Haik came here and defeated one of the Mesopotamian kings. I don't remember the name exactly, but he defeated him over near Lake Van. And apparently there was also some giants and whatnot, which is why this is pretty much a legend rather than actual fact. Very interesting place, but there is no like information or signage or anything. So what the particular rooms are or what is where, nobody knows. I mean, I have my taxi driver with me who doesn't speak any English. He speaks a little bit Farsi. Actually, he speaks fluent Farsi, but my Farsi is very rusty, so I'm not getting much out of him. So this is very much just what you see is what you get, and then you have to imagine everything else yourself. So get out of the sun soon before my head turns completely red. This is painful exploration of wild, unexplored Turkey. I'm suffering for you guys. No, it's okay. Remember the sunscreen. It's very important. Don't be an idiot like me. No idea what this part is. As again, no signage, no nothing. So yeah. But I guess maybe a big courtroom or something, because those are some massive stones. But yeah, I wish I had a guide or anything here that could tell me something more. But no, look down here. The military, as I told you, there's a lot of military here. They just drive around an entire convoy. Okay, hopefully they won't shoot me, but you never know. Okay, not a convoy, just 4 trucks, but still. Yeah, that's just totally normal here. Apparently this is a very dangerous place. I don't know. Probably going down to, I don't know, the city of Chavustet, which is the city down here, or maybe all the way to Van. I don't know. Are patrolling those pesky Kurds. God damn it. So yeah, welcome to Eastern Turkey. This is conflict land, very dangerous, apparently. Here we have the Hoshap Castle. My taxi driver is trying to get us in. Talking to the guy who has the key. Hopefully we can get up there. Otherwise this is a small, cute little Kurdish village. And here's the old Hoshap Bridge, just below the castle. Unfortunately we couldn't get the castle open. We tried calling the guy with the key. We went to the police station, talked with the police chief. Nothing. It's closed for restoration, so this is the best we'll get, unfortunately. Came all the way out here for that, but I mean, it's beautiful from the outside even. But yeah, it's a Kurdish castle built by Kurds 400 years ago as a fortress. Yeah, now it's not been ruined, of course. undergoing restoration for a long time. Yeah, it's a shame you can't get up there, but such is life. The Kurdish village of Hoshab, with the outer castle walls over there, or the remains of them. And here the inner castle that we couldn't get into, unfortunately. Oh well. Still pretty epic landscapes out here, so I think it's still worth it. Plus, I think that the main attraction here is not the inside, but probably the outside, because I mean, I have no idea how well restored it is inside. Probably not very well restored, considering everything else around here. So yeah, we might not have missed out on much, I don't know. And now we'll never know. I have no idea exactly where I'm going. I'm trying to get up to the Van Castle, which is right up here. But as you can see, there's a big fence in the way. And apparently the entrance is like way over in this direction somehow. But there's this walking path here that I kind of hope leads to the entrance in a quicker fashion than walking along the road all the way out over there. I mean, it's kind of late. It's almost 6 o'clock now, so the castle is probably either closing soon or already closed. So I'm not sure if I can get up there, but well, the main reason I'm here is to catch the sunset over Lake Van, and at least looks like that is possible. So not quite the ending I hoped for. And oh, here's a bunch of manure blocking the way. That's lovely. Oh, for fuck's sake. Then what? I mean, there is another path in here, and there was a hole that you could enter further down. Okay, fuck it, I'll try that. Then somebody gotta yell at me, I don't care. What? As you might be able to tell, actually you can, probably not, but there's a hole in the fence right there that you can jump over, and they even put like some stone steps, like improvised stone steps that you can just jump over. And I met some nice local guys who just said that, yeah, just keep going, go up the unofficial path up. I surely hope this is not like illegal and I'll be shot or something, but yeah, we'll try. I want this so badly, but yeah, the Van Castle, very, very beautiful and gigantic. No, look at the moon over there. Right, so after a quick hike up here, being exhausted and everything, we have a great view of the Urartu castle ruins, which is very old. You remember from earlier today at Chavu Step, where we had the other Urartu remains, and here's another one, or at least like some of them. There's not a lot remaining, but it looks amazing. And yeah, of course the rest of the castle just continuing down this hill, and like it curves around and goes further down towards the city. It's a very long hill, very long castle, and the sun is setting. Nice. Okay, just check this out. The Urartu castle, the entrance to the actual Kale fortress, and then just a view of the expanse of Van. Well, this is just the northern part of Van. And the lake comes into view with the sun setting, and the mountain over here, which I'm not entirely sure which mountain this is, but this is just perfect. This is everything I hoped it would be. So in the end it all paid off, this incredibly stupid hike up here. I'm glad I took that chance. Nice. Okay, I might just have found the most perfect spot in this entire, if not city, if not country, then at least city. We have the castle ruins, the Urartu castle right here, the full moon, the mosque of the tower of the mosque, the minaret, sorry, of the mosque, and the entire city with the mountains in the background. And down here we have the archaeological, oh, wrong side, sorry. Down here we have the archaeological field and the city more in the background. And then if we turn further around, we have the lake, the mountain, the sun setting over the lake. And this is just pure insanity. Look at this, oh my god. And more mountains, more city, more everything. I mean, if there is a more perfect spot to view the sunset, I don't know where it would be, because this is just magnificent in every way of the word. I'm gonna watch it here, the sunset. So catch you soon for the sunset over Van, the final event of this trip. What a trip it's been. See you soon. and the sun is slowly setting over Lake Van as it reaches down below the mountains, and the dogs are going crazy down near the entrance. It should be fun getting out of here afterwards. Hopefully I'll survive. Well, if you see this video, I survived. I mean, I wouldn't say come to Van, because it's in many ways a very difficult place to travel if you're not very experienced, let's put it like that. But I mean, a view like this would almost make me reconsider and like recommend people to come here. But instead you can enjoy this video and don't have to come here yourself. How about that? That's a good service for you right there. Man, what a trip it's been. What a phenomenal trip. Difficult in many ways, but at the same time so blessed and happy to see all these amazing sights that are like way off the beaten path for tourists. It's exhaustive, it's definitely not a vacation, it's full-time adventuring, but I'm still glad I did it. All these amazing experiences and adventures and places, and well, not so much people this time around since nobody speaks English, but well, yeah, it is what it is, and this is amazing. And here we go. The sun is slowly sinking behind those mountains and the sunset is officially underway. I guess this will be it for me from this tour. So in case you continued watching all to this point, all the way through all my ramblings and half-assed explanations of places I've been, then thank you, and yeah, hope to see you again on another adventure sometime. Thanks for this time. Bye bye. And there we go, the sun is set. So I made my way all the way up to the top of the castle. And I met the guardsman who's up here, and he was just very friendly, wanted me to take a picture of him. So I done that. I thought I was in trouble, but nope. He just wanted to guide me on the right direction, and you can see the entire city from up here, all the lights and the mountains, and oh my god. And my hotel is the big light you can see at the end of this road down there. That's my hotel. So that's where we're going now for the final step of this tour. Okay. Let's get down from here without falling down the mountain in the darkness.